What if they do a national? Okay. You're looking live at North Daviess High School for the HBCA All-Star Classic here in Southern Indiana, celebrating the best of the girls basketball that you have to offer here, right here, throughout the southern part of Indiana. Good afternoon, everybody. Alongside Rob Moorhead, I'm Kurt Darling. Thank you so much for joining us here today inside of North Daviess High School. Today's game is brought to you by Peterman Brothers Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing. Also by Indiana State University, where Sycamores continually prove that real game changers wear blue. And by York Automotive in Greencastle. We're not number one, you are. You're number one at York. Before we go any further, let's go ahead and take a quick timeout. When we come back, we will have more of today's broadcast here of the HBCA All-Star Classic.
Hi there, I'm Jake Query.
And I'm Derek Schultz.
And we do Query and Schultz on ISC Sports Network. And Derek, unlike Ted Lasso, we have a third season.
That's right. Season number 3 right now, ISCSportsNetwork.com. You can see episodes on Comcast 81 as well, Mondays at 7:30. I'm talking about our show, Jake, this beloved show that people tune into every single week. Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, Facebook, so many ways to watch Query and Schultz every Monday, 7:30. Tune in and hang out with us.
And you don't have to be a goldfish. You'll remember everything we say. Hi there, I'm Jake Query.
And I'm Derek Schultz.
And we do Query and Schultz on ISC Sports Network. And Derek, unlike Ted Lasso, we have a third season.
That's right. Season number 3 right now, ISCSportsNetwork.com. You can see episodes on Comcast 81 as well, Mondays at 7:30. I'm talking about our show, Jake, this beloved show that people tune into every single week. Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, Facebook, so many ways to watch Query and Schultz every Monday, 7:30. Tune in and hang out with us.
And you don't have to be a goldfish. You'll remember everything we say. Hi there, I'm Jake Query.
And I'm Derek Schultz.
And we do Query.
Welcome back inside of North Daviess High School for today's coverage on the ISC Sports Network of the HBCA Girls All-Star Classic. Alongside Rob Moorhead, I'm Kurt Darling here. Rob, good to be with you here. Of course, we had to take that quick timeout, but once again, we couldn't get enough high school basketball with the state finals. Why not just a little bit more here throughout Southern Indiana?
You got it, Kurt. And it's great to see some of the best players in Southern Indiana going at it today here in the HBCA All-Star Classic. Got multiple players on both teams who are going to be playing at the next level as well. And we look forward to seeing some games today that will have a lot of offense, maybe a little defense from time to time, but these are always offensive showcases, Kurt, and we'll get to see some of these offensive skills on display from these outstanding individuals.
Well, and for a lot of these players, actually, believe it or not, this might be their final basketball game because you have a couple players, of course, obviously going on to do bigger and better things in basketball, but also other three-sport athletes that are going on to other aspects in life as well as other sports. So good final last hurrah for some of these players.
Well, these games are a lot of fun for these kids. And, yeah, they've had some of the careers and some of the success that they have had in the high school level playing basketball. It's fun to be able to have one last hurrah, if that's what it is for some of these players, and one last opportunity to put on the uniform and go out and have a great time playing, not necessarily with the teammates you've grown up with, but now with some of the best other teammates in Southern Indiana who are filling out these rosters. And I think we're going to have a lot of fun today, Kurt.
Indeed we are. Of course, good place to do it here inside of North Daviess High School. Now, of course, as you see here on your screen, the teams being introduced here at the moment, you have the East All-Stars and the West All-Stars. Again, these teams are comprised only of athletes from Southern Indiana. So you do not have any Northern or Central Indiana players at all. You have all Southern Indiana players, and of course there is a good crop of them as well. Here you see the East All-Stars being introduced right here, and those are going to be comprised of many names such as Lauren Barker, as well as Jacqueline Cruz, Kylie Edwards, Abby Fleetwood, Maggie Hackman, as well as Bailey Oram, Sage Stahl, Hannah Stutzman, Bailey Tabling, as well as Josie Trable, Ava Weber, and Lindsay Wernert. You see all of that right there. Lots of good players there as well. They have really been impactful for their teams all season long, Rob.
Well, Lindsay Wernert, actually a Mental Attitude Award winner for Lanesville, state champion in 1A. And it's great to see Lindsay getting a chance to play here in this contest. I believe, if I'm looking at it correctly, Kurt, she is the only state champion on the West team, or excuse me, on the East team today, and that team being coached by Brian Ferris out of Indian Creek and Josh Conrad from Corydon Central.
And there you see the West All-Stars, as we'll have the roster here up again. Carly Bagley, one of the big players as well. Lydia Betts, Gloria Brewer, as well as Trinity Britton. And then Amaya Buchanan, Regan Hamelman, Rylan Cobb, Gracie Kramer, Emily Mattingly, Jalen Shelby, Amber Treader, and Alexis Tucker. Of course, the big name that pops out right there, of course, a couple of them as well, the Forest Park duo of Carly Bagley and Amber Treader, getting a back-to-back state championships the last 2 years with, of course, Tony Hassenauer, who is also their coach on this West squad right here.
Indeed, and I believe Lydia Best is also a teammate there from Forest Park. So 3 state champs. They went 26-3 this year, claiming that 2A state championship. Tony Hassenauer on the sideline, along with Steve Muir from North Knox. They were the semi-state runner-up. We're about ready to tip this one off, Kurt.
And so here you have Stahl and Cobb going right at it at the beginning, and we're underway here at North Daviess High School. And so far the East girls going to get things moving right here with Stahl down low. Again, going to Indiana State as she next year, and she gets things moving right out of the gate.
Nice little turnaround shot inside. I think they'll be playing college rules here today, guys. I think we'll see 4 10-minute quarters just like they do in NCAA girls basketball.
Why not have them hit the ground running here as they exit their high school careers, getting ready for some college ball. Working it down low, here are the West girls this time. And you here have Cobb, and now back around the horn. 3 on the way in the corner from Mattingly. That's a little bit off the mark.
Rebound pulled out of there by the East, and they're transitioning for an open 3 themselves.
And that one is true right there for Bailey Tabling, the senior at Trinity Lutheran, averaging 22 a contest there for that team.
I think the other thing you're going to see a lot of today, Kurt, is 3-point shots on both teams. Lots of motion offense here, and they'll put up the 3 whenever they get the opportunity.
Working it into the corner now, here is Betts. Betts, fadeaway jumper from in the paint. That just is off the back of the iron. And here come the East girls once again. Here's Fleetwood, leaving it into the corner for Stahl. And now back around here to Trable for the first time. Inside, corner jumper. That's true for Tabling.
I really like the screen set that time by Abby Fleetwood to free up her teammate there for the open 2.
Again, Tabling, a 3-sport athlete at Trinity Lutheran, as the shot doesn't fall there for the West. So a little bit of a rough start here for the West girls. Working it inside now, Trable this time. She has yet to get in the scorers column here in the early going. It's a 7-0 ball game here in favor of the East. Working it underneath. And the finger roll doesn't go for Barker.
That's the first miss for the East, Kurt. They're running a little 5-out motion on the East side.
Mattingly on the elbow. Spin around jumper doesn't go again. So 5 missed shots here right out of the gate here for the West.
Yeah, West having a hard time getting one to fall. That'll change here over time.
And we have our first turnover of the ball game. That's against the East. So now we have a couple substitutions here as Jalen Shelby will check in now for the West. Shelby out of Evansville North averaged 19 points a contest for North during the regular season. She's a 1,000-point scorer committed to Kentucky State here next year.
A little high-low look for the West. There's
and another
turnover.
First turnover for the West here of the game. And now up top, 3 ball on the way, just off the front of the iron there for Barker. Quick in transition and a steal in transition here by the East. It is all East All-Stars here in the early going here. Into the corner, Tabling for another 3. That one is her first miss of the afternoon.
Kurt, you can tell that these guys haven't been playing a whole lot of basketball. Some of them are probably into their spring sports, but there's a drain to get the West on the scoreboard.
That's Rylan Cobb to break the stalemate there. Yeah. But you're certainly right there, Rob. Moorhead is another shot taken there, but still a lot of these players actually, believe it or not, some of them playing softball. They're in the middle of their softball season right now.
Those spring sport athletes, it's a different kind of shape than basketball shape when you're getting up and down the floor. It looks like we're going to have substitution here maybe, or a timeout and a replay, taking a look at that first 3-pointer for the West squad. nothing but the bottom of the net to get them on the scoreboard. They find themselves trailing 7-3, almost midway through the first quarter.
Again, Rylan Cobb with that made shot. Northeast DuBois graduate here later here this year. 14 points a contest there for them during the regular season. Outside again here, here's Gracie Kramer into the ball game for the first time out of Vincennes Lincoln. Going to be playing for IU East next year as she.
Little runner there would not fall.
Cruz back in transition here for the East. And working it in here now to Ava Weber. Weber back up top now to Stutzman. She fires a wing three, and she just doesn't quite get the friendly roll there from North Daviess High School.
She used as much of that rim as she could, Kurt. It just wouldn't go down.
Into the corner now, this time Regan Hamelman. Three on the way from Alexis Tucker. And that's out of the back of the iron, and we have our first foul of the ball game.
Indeed. I don't know if we'll get a good look at where that foul, what's going to go against Kirby. There's the miss. It's going to be on 14 on there on a blockout foul. So that'll go against Hannah Stutzman, picks up the foul.
And that'll be her first team foul. And now another quick foul here out of the inbound. And you're certainly right here, Rob. You know, you have a lot of these players now in a different sport now or having not played since the postseason. Kind of tough to kind of stay in that kind of shape here, so a little bit of it. But at the same time, it's a fun atmosphere to be in for this game.
Well, it is, and I don't think these teams have gotten a chance to practice together, if at all, even though that you did see a nice little inbounds play. They ran a little double screen inbounds play. Did the West that last time. Here's the East putting up a three that's no good.
That's Maddie Hackman out of Brownstown Central off the mark there. Quick back of the other way comes Hamelman into the corner.
Like that inside out, even though the shot went off the side of the backboard.
And that was Kramer out of Vincennes Lincoln. And a foul in transition. And it's going to be a turnover back to the West. So there you see Bailey Orem there out of Corydon Central wearing the familiar black there for the East.
I like the work, and they got her the ball in there. She's been working hard inside there, Kurt. That's Maddie Hackman. And nope, that's not either. It's Amaya Buchanan. I like the job she's doing trying to get open down there in the post.
Hamelman takes a little bit of a bump down low, and she gets it back up to Kramer.
Buchanan and Stutzman are going at it inside there. See if they give it to her.
Trying to get it inside this time to Hackman. And
Buchanan, they got names on the back too, Kurt. I like that. That's Buchanan. Going to go to the line to shoot two. Her first free throws here. She did a nice job fighting through this double team and then keeping her balance and going up strong and drawing the foul. I think that's the second foul against Hannah Stutzman.
And so that will put Buchanan back at the line here, actually for the first time here today. Buchanan, about a 53% foul shooter during her season this past year with Evansville North. She had a season-high 29 against Evansville Wright. In fact, she also started her high school career in Alabama before moving to Indiana to finish out her career.
She and Evansville North, they went 17-7 this year playing that 4A schedule.
And she makes both foul shots.
Little 5-0 run here for the West, Kurt, getting back in it.
And that breaks the drought right there for East. That's Stutzman hitting a big shot right there. Inside, trying to find Buchanan. And she's double teamed, and she touches it out of bounds.
I like the idea. It's just a tough pass to make when you've got your back turned, trying to throw that lob pass. And but I like the effort trying to get the ball inside. Doesn't happen a lot in an all-star game. They're going to crank those threes. Nice back cut.
Orm puts it inside to Ava Weber for her first bucket. Ava Weber out of Corydon Central, averaged 22 a game. She had 4 double-doubles during the regular season.
Good defense inside that time by the East. Nice block there for Jackie Cruz out of Paoli.
And Weber comes away with the steal. And just like that, it's stolen back again here by Gloria Brewer. And Brewer looks it inside. A nice give down low to Alexis Tucker.
Good job by Tucker to catch the pass, get squared up, and lay it in off the glass.
Over halfway done here through this first quarter. Here's Edwards again with a slight brace on her knee right there. She is going to be a softball player at Mississippi State next year. She has it now up top.
Tells you what kind of athlete she is, Kurt, and played Division I softball in the SEC.
Just to put it in perspective as well, she's already batting .487 in the young softball season. She fires a 3 and she hits it. A big one there for Kylie Edwards.
Kurt, she knew you were talking about her. She wanted to make you look good by draining that 3, giving them their biggest lead of the game at 8.
So far it has been the East from the start here in this one. Up top and stolen away again here by Ava Weber. Weber, quick back in transition. She'll leave it now for Orm. And it's touched out of bounds, and it will stay here with the East. There's another big shot right there from Edwards. Today's game brought to you by Peterman Brothers, which is your trusted local heating and cooling, plumbing, and electrical service provider, taking care of Indiana homes since 1986. Find out more at petermanhvac.com. Here's a steal in transition here by the West. Corner shot doesn't go for Treader. But there's a big follow-up and a foul coming up, this time here on the East.
Yeah, nice job inside on the offensive glass that time for the West by Emily Mattingly out of Memorial, Evansville Memorial. She did a good job getting that rebound, taking her time, going back up strong, now to the free throw line where she makes it.
And Mattingly hits that first one, and so even though the West has been down pretty much this entire game, they are 3 for 3, now 4 for 4 at the charity stripe.
That's actually keeping them in it here, Kurt, keeping within striking distance. Not uncommon in these all-star games to see big swings as well in the lead changes.
2 minutes to go here in quarter number 1, and another turnover here by the East. Here's Mattingly working it inside. Back out now to Shelby from the foul stripe. It's a little short, and the loose ball is fought for, and it gets touched out of bounds. They're going to say there's a foul coming up here. Looks like it's going to be against the East.
Can we give Shelby credit for a lob pass there, or are we going to say air ball? Which way are we going on that?
We can give her the lob pass.
I think it might have been an air ball. We'll give that to be an offensive rebound situation, too.
So when all is said and done here, this will put Trinity Britton back at the line here for the West. Trinity out of South Spencer High School, averaged 15 a game for them earlier this year. Her season high was 26 against Mount Vernon of Posey. And she goes 1 for 2.
Which one of us is going to give him the broadcast jinx, Kurt? 8 for 8 from the free throw line. No, 6 for 6, excuse me, for the West.
Back again here is Edwards. Leaves it for Stutzman. And now Cruz. Cruz trying to dribble in there on Britton and is flushed back out.
Really leaving the middle of the floor open to allow driving opportunities. If these girls want to take advantage, there's one.
And Cruz will take it, and she throws it off the glass, and it doesn't go anywhere. Quick in transition comes Britton. She pulls up from the wing and is just off the mark. Final minute here.
Good offensive rebound for the West that time. Will she get the reward with the 3? Nope.
Pulling the trigger again there was Rylan Cobb, but there's the putback again, this time from Jalen Shelby.
2 offensive rebounds on that possession for the West. They're doing a nice job on the offensive glass.
And Edwards going to take just a slight little bump there from Emily Mattingly. And so that'll be Mattingly's first of the ball game, team's second. Take a look at this replay right here on Shelby. Again, also out of Evansville North.
She's committed to Kentucky State, Kurt, if I'm not mistaken.
Here's Weber. Inside, gets her own rebound, and gets the and one to fall.
Nice job by Weber staying with it. Missed the first one, stayed with it, got the rebound, went back up strong, knocked it in. Now she'll get the first free throw attempt for the East squad on the afternoon.
Ava Weber, a standout player for Corydon Central. Over 1,800 career points scored. That is a school record for Corydon Central.
That'd be a school record a lot of places, Kurt. 1,800 is a ton of points.
And sure, indeed it is. 5-point lead here for East. 3 on the way in the corner. That's Mattingly off the mark. Loose ball fought for, and it's corralled here by Orm. She brings it up court. Has it for Hackman. Edwards right at the buzzer to the end of the first quarter, and it has been all the East All-Stars here at the HBCA Girls All-Star Classic. Back in a moment here at North Daviess High School on the ISC Sports Network.
Thinking about what to do after high school? Consider a career with Boilermakers Local 374. As a Boilermaker apprentice, you'll earn while you learn. We offer excellent wages and benefits, and as part of our no-cost hands-on apprenticeship program, you'll learn from the best in state-of-the-art training centers and on the job. Become a union Boilermaker and get on your way to a great career. Find out more, visit www.local374.org or call 219-845-1000.
This is the final play, your last chance.
What do we do?
Simple. Install a qualifying AC unit with Peterman Brothers, and we'll include the furnace for free.
Is the furnace really free?
Yes, but only through April.
What's the play?
Visit yourfreefurnace.com to schedule online. Then we'll install it next day, guaranteed. Now get out there.
They inbound the ball. He barely beats the buzzer, and it's in. The furnace is free. The furnace is free.
Timeout. This is the final play.
Welcome back here to North Daviess High School for the HBCA Girls All-Star Classic here on the ISC Sports Network. Rob Moorhead, Kurt Darling here with you. Rob, it's been all the East All-Stars here for this one so far.
It has, but I like the way the West has hung with it. The West has done a good job getting the offensive glass. They've got 4 offensive rebounds in the quarter, and that's kept them in it. Plus, they're 6 for 6 from the free throw line to keep them in this ball game, only down by 5. Let's see if they can get something going on this first possession, and they cannot.
There we go. So a turnover for the West right out of the gate. Giving it back to the East here in transition. Inside. This time it's Sage Stahl, the future Indiana State Sycamore. She gets her second bucket of the evening.
Good control of her body inside there. Took the power dribble, got the spin move for the shot. Knocked it in. She looked good doing it.
From the elbow, back the other way. That is Lydia Betts, the other Forest Park Ranger. Can't get that one to go.
Good rebound by Trable. She's going to bring it up herself. Spin move.
Trable with the spin inside. Finger roll goes off the glass.
That was nice by Josie Trable out of East Central. Played for Coach Kevin Moore. And she went coast to coast with this one, Kurt. Got the defensive rebound, brought it down. Spin move in the paint, lays it in. Now she'll go to the free throw line. Only the second free throw on the afternoon for the East squad.
Both of them coming from and ones. That one does not fall, though, this time. And now it's another large lead here for the East at 9 points.
That would be their biggest, Kurt.
Mattingly
wow.
Cuts it back in at 7, and she'll go to the line.
That's a nice-looking move by Emily Mattingly. Went with the left hand. She averages 14.9 points a game out of Evansville Memorial, heading to Indiana Wesleyan next year. She looked really strong going down the lane that time, Kurt.
She now has 4 points to lead all scorers here for the West. Again, you mentioned it, Emily Mattingly out of Memorial, going to Indiana Wesleyan. She helped Memorial to a 17-0 start before they lost to Castle. They only lost 2 games, did Memorial.
Good basketball down in that southwest corner of the state, for sure.
Nearly touched out of bounds, and it's turned over back into the hands here of the West.
They've had 6 turnovers so far for the East.
Up top now is Gloria Brewer. Leaves it now for Mattingly, and she nearly coughs it up. It's back to Brewer again. Brewer out of Greencastle had 25 points per game here this season.
That's getting it done.
Up top to Buchanan again. Pulls up and contested from the elbow. That's off the mark. Brewer almost comes away with the rebound. Instead, it's Tucker, and she can't get the shot to fall either. Here's Trable along the baseline. Up top, wide open. 3 on the way from Tabling. That's just off the back of the iron. And another loose ball corralled here by Cobb. So again, Emily Mattingly has been pretty much the ship's captain here for the West of this second quarter so far. You get it back out to Cobb, though. She fires a three. That's off the back of the iron again. Loose ball by Buchanan. Here's Mattingly. And again, 3 missed threes in a row here by the West. Finally getting inside there. Looked like that was Alexis Tucker.
They get rewarded for their work on the offensive glass. They got 2 offensive rebounds in that possession.
Quick fire there by Lauren Barker for the East. And the putback falls, that time for Sage Stahl, who gets another one. She has 6 points.
Looks like we got some subs waiting to come in at the next dead ball. Coach is doing a good job getting everybody some playing time. Nice move.
And again, that was Mattingly. So it's been Emily Mattingly, pretty much the go-to player here for the West. Looks like she's going to take a seat. She has 6 points. Nicely done there by that young lady.
Okay, you can see those girls coming off the floor, breathing pretty heavy right now, Kurt. Trying to get their legs back underneath them here.
So far, everybody on the bench for both teams has seen some minutes here so far here through the first quarter and a half. Meanwhile, the East starting to get a little sloppy with their ball handling of late. They've allowed the West to get back to within 5.
7 turnovers on the East. That evens the turnover ratio for both teams. Interesting offensively, there's the West goes back up by 1 on the turnovers now, Kurt. West running a 4-out, 1-in motion offense, where the East pretty much sticking with this 5-out motion. Allows for a little better opportunity for drive and dish when you keep that post clear.
Here's Kylie Edwards back in the ball game. She leaves it for Orm. And around the horn this time to Hackman. 3 on the way from Stutzman, and she's well short on that one. Saved by Edwards, but it's turned over back to the West. Here's Hamelman. Her shot off the mark from the foul line, and the follow-up there by Tucker, and she's fouled.
Again, West is doing a really nice job offensive rebounding. I've shown them with 7 offensive rebounds so far here in the contest, and that's where a lot of their points have come from, Kurt.
And so that was Stutzman picking up another foul, so looks like she's going to have to come out of the ball game. Abby Fleetwood in now for the East. Meanwhile, Alexis Tucker gets it back to now a 3-point ball game. She makes both foul shots.
I think she called bank on that second one, Kurt.
Inside to Orm off the glass.
Good job taking the ball directly down the lane when she got it. I like the way she went with the left hand. Up high off the glass and good.
Turnover here this time by the West. And Cruz nearly coughs it up, and she finally gets it into the hands of Fleetwood. Cross court to Orm from deep. Rattles in and out. Hamelman down low to Buchanan. And it looks like it's going to be an offensive foul here on Buchanan.
Yeah, nice job that time by Bailey Orm, having her feet set, absorbing that contact from Buchanan to draw the charging foul.
Here's Cruz, back to Edwards. And now Orm on the wing. That was tipped up there by Buchanan, just kind of flailing around, and it gets into the hands this time of Rylan Cobb. Outside, 3 on the way from Brewer, and that's off the mark. Actually, that was Gracie Kramer on the shot. And Tucker underneath, wide open to Buchanan.
Nice look. Again, off the hustle, the offensive rebound, the save. West picks it up. That counts as an offensive rebound. They got points off a rebound again.
Transition 3 by Fleetwood is off the mark.
Quick shot that time by the East, and the girls are tired on the floor right now. You can see it in the shots that are coming up short. You can see it even more so in their kind of moving a little more slowly, getting up and down the floor.
They've been certainly running back and forth as well. As Fleetwood down the middle of the lane. Too strong off the glass. Final 4 minutes here of quarter number 2. Again, we're playing college rules, 10-minute quarters here that you see in women's college basketball. Back the other way. Nicely done by Jacqueline Cruz.
Job by Cruz, taking it up on the left side with the right hand.
And that is her first bucket of the afternoon. Jacqueline Cruz out of Paoli, averaging 14.5 for them this season. Scoop off the glass by Hamelman. Nothing there. Here's Bailey Orm. Leaves it into the corner. Hackman hits the big three.
Nice. Had her feet set that time, got a good look at the basket, able to knock that one down. And we're going to have a timeout here, I believe, Kurt.
Indeed we are. So while we have a moment here.
My bad, it was just substitution timeout.
Today's game brought to No worries. Today's game brought to you by York Automotive Group in Greencastle, which congratulates Gloria Brewer on her selection for today's HBCA All-Star Classic. At York, we are not number one, you are. You're number one at York.
Just a common foul that time, Kurt, on the drive. That'll keep it with the West. They'll inbound under their own basket here.
Inbound now here, this time to Treader, who's back in here for the West. Bounce pass across to Mattingly. Mattingly unloads from deep. Rattling in and out that time. Barker back the other way here for the East. And Sage Stahl unable to connect from deep.
Everybody shoot a three.
Just going back and forth here again.
There's a nice drive. Good left hand.
And Mattingly now has 8 to lead all scorers.
Nice job by Mattingly. I'm impressed with her.
From deep again. And there's a big shot again from Tabling. She had a big three to start this game off. She's been cool since then. And back the other way is Jalen Shelby.
Nice drive by Shelby. Kept her balance, got her eyes up on the backboard and laid it in through contact.
Well, you can tell these players are already kind of tired here through the first quarter and a half. But still, they're playing really, really hard and quick down low right there as put on by Shelby. 7-point lead here for the East. Again, the West has not led at all in this contest.
That was a 7-0 run to start the game for the East, and they've held that lead ever since.
Up top, trying to get it into the hands of Tabling. She nearly loses it out of bounds. Here's Weber, down low, underneath to Stahl.
Yeah, I like the way Stahl stepped, got herself a nice angle there. She made that catch so she could take it off the glass, and now a turnover for the West.
Back the other way is Tabling, leaves it underneath. A smart pass there to Lauren Barker.
Great teamwork. You love to see that.
And that is
working together and playing unselfishly, Kurt.
That's now Barker's first bucket of the afternoon.
First double-digit lead of the game.
That'd be 11 points here with 90 seconds left here in the second quarter. Shot rattling in and out from the elbow. Loose ball corralled this time by Betts. And that's actually Carly Bagley knocking it down from short range.
Really like the step-through move, Kurt, off another offensive rebound for the West.
Carly Bagley led the Forest Park Rangers in free throw percentage this season, so if you foul her, you don't want her going to the line.
But the cut by Ava Weber that time to get herself open. A nice little bounce pass she received, goes up from the right side, gets fouled. She'll head to the line for two here.
Ava Weber, 76% on the season. And she knocks home her second foul shot here of the afternoon. Again, part of that Corden Central team that lost to Fairfield in the state finals. They finished 27-3 this year, did Corden Central.
Yeah, fantastic season for Corden Central. Josh Conrad, their coach, he's on the sidelines today, helping coach this East squad.
Here's Lydia Betts working it inside. Loose ball, fought for. Turnover here, taken by the East. Final minute here of this first half. Along inside. Good take there by Ava Weber again.
Ava Weber's been impressive here the last couple possessions, done a really nice job on both ends of the floor.
She has 8 points. And now if you're the West, you may try to hold for the final shot here. Instead,
the high-low. just couldn't execute it, Kurt. I really like the high-low look. Rylan Cobb was open down there, but Shelby could not get the pass to her.
There's a look again at that shot there by Ava Weber. So final 20 seconds here, the West with their largest lead at 13 points as tabling is short. Buchanan looking ahead. Loose ball, another turnover by the West. And another turnover back by the East this time. Mattingly takes advantage of it, and that'll take us to the end of the first half. It's an 11-point advantage here for the East All-Stars here at the HBCA Girls All-Star Classic. We'll go ahead and take a quick timeout. Back in a moment here on the ISC Sports Network.
It's truck season at York Chevy Buick GMC in Greencastle. Work trucks, trail boss trucks, high country trucks. Drive your next truck for less. New Chevy Silverado as low as $359 per month. New GMC Sierra, save up to $4,800. Plus, up to $1,000 in York down payment assistance. Start your deal at YorkGM.com.
Stop by today and we'll show you why we're not number one, you are.
We're not number one.
You are!
You're number one at York.
Still on his feet. Stevens lunges. Are you kidding me? Champions of Marion County. Unbelievable. Touchdown.
Living up to that last name.
Wabash has the lead for the first time today.
So that was going to be a highlight reel.
Oh, baby. Yeah, you can celebrate after that.
Indiana State University Sycamores conquer through questioning. They fly in to save the day. They master the medium. They wow the crowd. They fight for others. And more of them choose to stay right here in Indiana, living, working, thriving, and contributing to what makes this place great. It's what makes us Indiana's State University, and why we say real risk takers, real opportunity makers, and real game changers wear blue.
Welcome back here to the HBCA Girls All-Star Classic here on the ISC Sports Network alongside Rob Moorhead. I'm Kurt Darling. Today's game is brought to you by Indiana State University, graduating outstanding Sycamores since 1865. Real risk takers, real achievers, and real game changers wear blue. And there you see a future Indiana State Sycamore. That is Sage Stahl out of Columbus East. Had a heck of a first half right there as she now sits with 8 points, tied for the lead there for the East All-Stars. Rob Moorhead, what'd you think of that first half?
It was a lot of fun as we expected. Teams running up down the floor. They're going to crank a lot of threes. And really, Kurt, a lot of the difference in this ball game is the three-point shooting. Very unofficially on these team statistics, the East shot 16 threes, making 5 of them. The difference in the ball game, Kurt, the West shot 13 threes, only making 1 of them. So 1 for 13, so a difference there of what, 14 points from the three, make that 12 points from the three-point line. What's our difference in the game? 11. So there you go. That difference is showing up at the three-point line. Free throw-wise, the West 8 for 9 for 89%. The East not bad at all, 3 for 4, 75%. The other place where the West is winning the ball game is on the boards. They've got 19, including 9 offensive, to only 12 rebounds for the East. But the West is also winning the turnover battle, and again, that might have something to do with why they are behind. They've had 13 turnovers to only 8 for the East. So the East has more points on the scoreboard. They've shot the ball a little bit better. There you get a look at some of the girls on the West squad, getting a little breather here as they'll get ready to play the second half. And Kurt, I know it's just an all-star game, but these teams are competitive. These girls have competed all along. They want to win, and they're going to try hard here in the second half on both sides, I am sure.
That is Emily Mattingly. She has been a heck of a player so far here for the West. We'll look at these players a lot more here when we come back here on the ISC Sports Network.
Thinking about what to do after high school? Consider a career with Boilermakers Local 374. As a Boilermaker apprentice, you'll earn while you learn. We offer excellent wages and benefits, and as part of our no-cost hands-on apprenticeship program, you'll learn from the best in state-of-the-art training centers and on the job. Become a union Boilermaker and get on your way to a great career. Find out more, visit www.local374.org or call 219-845-1000.
This is the final play, your last chance.
What do we do?
Simple. Install a qualifying AC unit with Peterman Brothers, and we'll include the furnace for free.
Is the furnace really free?
Yes, but only through April.
What's the play?
Visit yourfreefurnace.com to schedule online.
Then we'll start next day guaranteed. Now get out there.
They inbound the ball. He barely meets the buzzer, and it's in. The furnace is free. The furnace is free.
Hi there, I'm Jake Query.
And I'm Derek Schultz.
And we do Query and Schultz on ISC Sports Network. And Derek, unlike Ted Lasso, we have a third season.
That's right. Season number 3 right now, ISCSportsNetwork.com. You can see episodes on Comcast 81 as well, Mondays at 7:30. I'm talking about our show, Jake, this beloved show that people tune into every single week. Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, Facebook, so many ways to watch Query and Schultz every Monday, 7:30. Tune in and hang out with us.
And you don't have to be a goldfish. You'll remember everything we say.
It's truck season at York Chevy Buick GMC in Greencastle. Work trucks, trail boss trucks, high country trucks. Drive your next truck for less. New Chevy Silverado as low as $359 per month. New GMC Sierra, save up to $4,800. Plus, up to $1,000 in York down payment assistance. Start your deal at YorkGM.com.
Stop by today and we'll show you why we're not number one, you are.
We're not number one.
You are.
You're number one at York.
Has it, leaps ahead, still on his feet. Stevens lunges. Are you kidding me?
Champions of Marion County.
Unbelievable.
Touchdown. Living up to that last name. Wabash has the lead for the first time today. So that was going to be a highlight reel. Oh, baby. Yeah, you can celebrate after that.
Welcome back inside of North Daviess High School here on the ISC Sports Network alongside Rob Moorhead. I'm Kurt Darling. There you see Joey Hart and company getting set to watch the younger Joey Hart in the Boys All-Star Classic. That'll be coming up later on here this afternoon here put on by the HBCA. Rob Moorhead, we talk about, obviously now these players, a lot of these players getting ready for the college ranks. Also, some of them may be playing their last official high school basketball game here, if you want to call it that here at this point in their careers, but still, it's always good to see these players just come together and just celebrate the careers that they've had, especially this past year.
Well, a lot of these players have been competing against one another for the last several years, and it's great to see when they get a chance to play together. There's a lot of mutual respect between these players, I know, and friendships, especially the world's gotten a lot smaller, as you know, Kurt, with social media. So these players, I know one another, not only through competing against each other, but they follow one another on social media and the various platforms. And so when they get a chance to come together and be teammates and join forces and have a good time together, create some memories here, and that's what today is all about. And I think we both want to send our thanks to the HBCA, the Hoosier Basketball Coaches Association, which is really a Southern Indiana Basketball Coaches Association, and those folks always do a great job, and we appreciate them putting this tournament on and allowing ISC to be a part of it.
And Corey, we certainly do love being a part of it as well. Of course, you have also not only the players but also the coaches being celebrated as well. In fact, there are no really head coaches here to per se. There are actually 2 coaches per team here. You have the East head coach Brian Ferris out of Indian Creek, and then also at Indian Creek, and then Josh Conrad coming here from Corydon Central again. And then on the west side, you have Steve Muir there for North Knox, and then Tony Hassenauer from Forest Park there for the west as well. So not only are you celebrating players, but also the coaches' accomplishments there this past season as well.
Major accomplishments too, Kurt. You go to Brian Ferris at Indian Creek, they went 27-2. They were the semi-state runner-up in 3A. Josh Conrad, we've talked about at Corydon Central, they went 27-3. They were the 3A state runner-up. Steve Muir over on North Knox, they went 28-2. They were the semi-state runner-up in 2A. And of course, as we said, the state champs in 3A, Forest Park, coached by Tony Hassenauer. What a year they had.
They did. And of course, a lot of accolades right there for all the coaches that we have here for these games as well. And so now we get set for the second half here coming up. Obviously, it's an all-star game, all-star feel here, Rob. What are you expecting to see here coming up these final 2 quarters?
I think we're going to see a lot of threes. We're going to see some man-to-man defense. They're going to try to get up and down the floor. The West is going to try to tighten this thing up, and if so, then we'll get to see a little strategy. down the stretch if we can have a close game going into that fourth quarter.
So it'll be the East kicking things off here to start this second quarter. They have been on fire here, to say the least. As the score indicates, they are up by 11, but the opening shot of the second half doesn't fall there for Kylie Edwards.
West is going to start with a clear out here. They're putting all 4 girls on one side, a little clear out action up top.
And now back up again, nearly an over and back by Regan Hamelman. So Hamelman trying to get inside to Buchanan. And some nice post play inside there by the Evansville North grad.
I like the hops on Buchanan and how quick she got up on that second jump. She jumped to catch the pass, and then as soon as her feet hit the ground, powered right back up for the shot. That was a nice play.
Buchanan now with 6 points. So here's Stutzman for the East. Working it back up top now for Hackman. Here's Fleetwood. Trying to grind her way inside, forces a shot up a little short.
Indeed it was. She faded away on that one a little bit. Probably had something to do with it coming up short.
And another short shot there by the East. Here comes Kylie Edwards again. Outside, 3 on the way from Stutzman off the mark.
That was a long 3 put up by Stutzman that time. East just they haven't all day gotten many offensive rebounds, and that continues here in the second half as the West knocks down a 3.
That's another one there. Big shot taken by Rylan Cobb.
Only their second 3 of the afternoon, Kurt. If they can shoot the ball a little better from distance, I like the West chances here in the second half.
In fact, both of those 3s made by Rylan Cobb. Still, though, it's a 12-point game for the East. Here's Edwards. Leaving it now for Stutzman. Works inside and blocked from behind there by Buchanan.
Nice defense by Buchanan that time.
Quick inside.
Oh,
nice delay down low there by Regan Hamelman.
Yeah, the North Knox graduate or upcoming graduate did a really nice job that time keeping her balance. And the West starting off hot here in the second half.
They get it back to now within 4. Outside, Hackman, short on the 3, loose ball. And it's taken here by the West. Big run here by the West out of the start of the second half. And Gloria Brewer rather, can't get that one to go. Long pass. Softball pass, if you should say, there by Maddie Hackman from Kylie Edwards.
Nice job on that, looking down floor, keeping your head up.
And that's actually the first bucket of this third quarter. Now actually another one there by the East. They get it to go that time. That was Buchanan.
Buchanan again scoring off an offensive rebound for the West, Kurt. That's one of those things for the West that we've talked about is there's a foul called on the West this time, a common foul. But the West is doing a really nice job getting the offensive glass. They are way winning the offensive rebound battle in this ball game, and here's a shift change, as you would call it, on the hockey rink.
You certainly see a lot of that in these all-star game atmospheres right here. You have one squad and another, and it's a whole one right here for the East with Barker up top. And now Bailey Orm leaves it now for Weber. And just a little bit of weave action up top here as Orm turns it over back to the West. Here's Rylan Cobb with it. Cobb now leaves it inside for Hamelman, spinning inside. Outside, Kramer for 3. That's off the front of the iron.
I like that look, though, an inside-out look, Kurt. And coming off the bench fresh, I thought she might have a shot at that one.
Trying again from deep is the East this time. And another one thrown up and out of bounds.
East has shot 3 3-pointers in the second half. They have not made one yet. West 1 for 4.
Meanwhile, Rylan Cobb is down on a knee, fixing a quick flat tire. And we play on.
That's that Indy racing background coming out in you there on that flat tire. Like a pit stop right there.
Of course, getting ever closer to the month of May, just that much more fun here this season. Outside, Kramer. Nothing there that time for Gloria Brewer. Back the other way, stepping back. Barker unloads from the corner.
I just have to chuckle. That's an all-star game now. You catch that pass. How close am I to the three-point line? Let me back up and crank a three right here. Made it happen.
Speaking of cranking threes, Rylan Cobb with it now. She has been hot from behind the arc so far for the West. And it's nearly turned over. She takes it inside off the glass, a little too strong. Gets her own rebound. And there's a three-point block there by Bailey Tabling. Still inside comes Alexis Tucker.
That was a really nice feed inside to lead to that basket for the West.
Spinning around the horn. And Ava Weber gets that one to go, and she'll get the and one.
Nice job by Weber. I look forward to seeing that one again. Here it comes. Up with the left hand and laid it right off the glass. We've called Weber's name quite a few times today, Kurt.
She now has 10 points, trying to make it 11 right here. Ava Weber, a 3A All-State selection this year. And she gets that and one to go.
West worked on a few things at the half. They're running a few set plays here. Here's another high-low look they're trying to get.
Big one from outside. Trinity Brent.
Second three-pointer of the half by the West.
Again, back to a 5-point deficit. The West has not led at all in this ball game, and it's from plays like that from Bailey Tabling.
Answers the three. That's 2 straight possessions. Their last 2 threes up by the West, or by the East, I should say, have been in.
And that's now 3 made threes there by Bailey Tabling this game.
I want to get her some more.
Loose ball nearly stolen away by Tabling, and it is. She comes quick in transition. Outside. Short and a long two, rather, actually, from Barker's a little too strong.
Yeah, last time Barker took another dribble back and drained the three. This time she stayed inside, wasn't able to get it to go.
With a hand in her face, looking inside is Treader. Outside, Lydia Betts off the front of the iron. Gets the own rebound there from her teammate Treader from Forest Park, and it's kicked back outside. Elbow shot a little too strong from Brenton. Back again, here is the East. Bailey Orm with it, and she coughs it up. It goes out of bounds.
Yeah, she was trying to go inside to Sage Stahl in there, and they were just not on the same page. Bailey led her just a little too far. Stahl heads to ISU next year, Kurt. You know anything about that place?
Just a little bit. Spent about 4 years of my life there in Terre Haute. Certainly a great place to play some basketball. Of course, that's where current IU coach Terry Morin coached before getting the job at Indiana. Meanwhile, inside, Jalen Shelby a little too soft on that one. Outside again here, Edwards working in. This time it's Stutzman, and she tips it out of bounds. Of course, our director extraordinaire is also our tech guy and everything in between who was able to get this broadcast on here today. Sean Walker, also a graduate of Indiana State.
I'm surrounded by sycamores. All right, I got a degree from there as well, fellas. So not my graduate. There's a graduate degree, not the undergrad, as the West gets one to go. Nice move inside by Amber Treader to get the basket.
That is actually her first bucket of the game, which is not something you normally say when it comes to Amber Treader. After all, she averaged 15 a game for Forest Park, committed to play at Miami of Ohio next year. Shot doesn't fall. Mattingly, though, has had a really good game here for the West, Emily Mattingly, and she'll go to the line.
Yeah, she did a nice job on that offensive rebound and then drawing the contact. Here you're going to see her take a couple dribbles, kind of lean in with that shoulder into the contact, kept the ball protected. She gets to go to the line and shoot two.
She played for an Evansville Memorial squad that lost in the sectional to Gibson Southern, who also had a really good year in Southern Indiana. So Mattingly with that shot now has 9. And make it 10 as well. So now a handful of players in double figures here. And as you expect in an all-star game setting, lots of spread out scoring among all these fantastic players.
This game's tightening up a little, Kurt. It was 11 at the end of the half, down to 4.
2 minutes to go here in quarter number 3.
West looking for a defensive stop here.
Outside, Fleetwood. A little too strong on that three-pointer. Quick in transition comes the West, right down the lane, and the friendly roll there for Rylan Cobb.
And it's a 2-point contest.
Here comes the West. They have not led at all in this contest. The last time they were even remotely close was back when it was goose eggs. And so that was actually Amber Treader on that last shot there, so excuse me on that one.
Nice shot that time for the East. Dropped in by Stutzman from Scottsburg.
And Stutzman, again, only had a three-pointer at the beginning of the first quarter, rather, has been quiet since then. Another deep three this time from the West. Put back, though, it goes for Emily Mattingly.
Yeah, nice job inside by Mattingly. She was getting pushed under the basket a little bit there, Kurt, able to keep it. Turnover gives the ball back to the West as they have a chance to tie or take a lead here in the final 30 seconds.
So final 30 seconds here. It is a 2-point ball game.
What a beautiful pass, Kurt.
And that is Treader getting that to go. So Treader now really starting to heat up from here inside in this ball game. Wide open again. This time is Edwards and is out of bounds. And so while we have a moment here, so there you see a picture of Amber Treader on this one. Well, look at the back of her jersey. It is 12, then the front of her jersey, 21. Looks like she's playing both 12. Looks like she's playing the roles of both Rylan Cobb and Amber Treader when she's on the ball game right now.
That's very interesting. I've never seen that happen in one of these situations.
And so that is Amber Treader on the floor right now. As Edwards screams around at the buzzer, can't get that shot to fall. But we still have an interesting ball game. A 2-point deficit here for the West to the East here at the HBCA All-Star Classic here at North Daviess on the ISC Sports Network.
Indiana State University Sycamores conquer through questioning. They fly in to save the day. They master the medium. They wow the crowd. They fight for others. And more of them choose to stay right here in Indiana, living, working, thriving, and contributing to what makes this place great. It's what makes us Indiana's State University, and why we say real risk takers, real opportunity makers, and real game changers wear blue.
Hi there, I'm Jake Query.
And I'm Derek Schultz.
And we do Query and Schultz on ISC Sports Network. And Derek, unlike Ted Lasso, we have a third season.
That's right. Season number 3 right now, ISCSportsNetwork.com. You can see episodes on Comcast 81 as well, Mondays at 7:30. I'm talking about our show, Jake, this beloved show that people tune into every single week. Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, Facebook, so many ways to watch Query and Schultz every Monday, 7:30. Tune in and hang out with us.
And you don't have to be a goldfish. You'll remember everything we say.
Today's game is brought to you by Indiana State University, graduating outstanding Sycamores since 1865. Real risk takers, real achievers, and real game changers wear blue. Alongside Rob Moorhead, an Indiana State grad, as well as myself, Kurt Darling, an Indiana State grad. Welcome back here on the ISC Sports Network. It is a 55-55 game here. We are tied going to the fourth and final quarter here of the girls edition of the HBCA All-Star Classic. And right out of the gate, the West gets their first lead of the ball game with Amaya Buchanan getting that to fall from short range.
Even momentum in All-Star games. The momentum was all on the side of the West. Now the East with a big answer and a drained three out of the left corner.
Jacqueline Cruz with that one.
East wanted that lead back, and they wanted it back right now.
And so back and forth we go now. here in the fourth and final quarter. Again, we've been playing college rules, so 10-minute quarters here in this one. A turnover. Back the other way comes the East, and they turn it right back over into the hands of Buchanan. And so back and forth we go. It's a track meet of turnovers here with this one over the last minute.
It is indeed. Both teams a little sloppy here as we start quarter number 4. So, yes, and then there's another toe. She got away with it. That was an absolute double dribble out top that time by Barker, but she got by with it.
Cruz up top now to Ava Weber. And now back to Cruz again, passing it again. So back and forth between Weber and Cruz, and it's all for naught. Here's Buchanan with a full head of steam. Leaves it trying to get it underneath. And no dice there, looking for Gracie Kramer.
Oh, my goodness. We have had 5 straight turnovers, 3 now almost, and 6 straight turnovers. 3 for each team, make it 7.
So we have now had 7 turnovers in a matter of 8 turnovers.
Make it
8 turnovers in a minute and a half. I don't think I have ever seen that many turnovers in that short of amount of time.
It just kept going back and forth. One team would have it, then the other team would have it. And now they got a foul, and we're going to give a chance for everybody to catch their break. The East's going to go to the free throw line, try to add to their 1-point lead.
So here's Lauren Barker to try and kind of get everybody back on the rails here as we've kind of gone off the rails with a made free throw right there. Again, Lauren Barker out of Columbus North, committed to play soccer and basketball at Franklin College next year, is she. She had a season high of 30 points against Rushville, a 1,000-point score. And she makes both foul shots.
Missed the second one there,
Kurt. Misses the second one, rather.
And got a rebound, got a defensive foul on the rebound, so give it over to the West.
So now we're going to slow things up here as Gracie Kramer will get it across the timeline.
I believe our banner is wrong. That first free throw made it 59-57 in favor of the East.
So there's Rylan Cobb, gets it underneath, and the follow-up by Buchanan.
Are you sure that was Rylan Cobb?
Yes, it was Rylan Cobb that time.
Because we have 2 number 12s on that team, right? Could have been Amber Treader, but you are correct.
But we have
absolutely Cobb.
1.5 number 12s, basically. 59 all here as we get back the other way. Brewer inside, and she's going to go to the line. Oh, it's going to be a jump ball is the call by the official.
Yeah, they're going to give a block shot on that one. Nice job by Sage Stahl to get the block.
There you see Gloria Brewer out of Greencastle. Has offers from Olivet Nazarene as well as Grace College and Bethel, DePaul, you name it. She has a lot of colleges looking for her to play. Shot a little too strong there by Sage Stahl.
I like how Stahl stepped into that, but just got a little too much on it.
Tucker goes coast to coast, and there's Buchanan with the follow-up. Tucker gets the rebound, and she's going to go to the line.
The one thing the West has done consistently all afternoon long is offensive rebound. They've really done a nice job, had 9 of them in the first half, and they've got another 7 here so far in the second half, 16 offensive rebounds.
And so they're going to say that foul was on the floor, so no foul shots here for Alexis Tucker. And Tucker again trying. It gets tipped out of bounds. It will stay here with the West.
Yeah, good defense that time by Bailey Tabling to knock that one away.
And another line change here, this time for the East. Again, among them is Kylie Edwards, wearing number 4 there for the East. Here's Buchanan off the inbound. And Brewer has yet to get into the scorer's column today here for the West. Buchanan again inside. Step back jumper. Gets the friendly bounce.
Really did a nice job controlling her balance. Got her shoulders squared around. Nice follow through and a beautiful touch on that one, Kurt.
And it looks like going to be a foul here on Buchanan.
You are correct. Buchanan made it happen on one end. Committed the foul, trying to go for the steal. Trying to add to that 2-point lead for the West.
So a long inbound here going to be taken. Back in transition by Cruz. Here's Weber up top. Inside, Weber off the glass.
Strong move by Weber. Got her shoulders around her defender, able to get down the free throw lane, knock it in.
And Brewer unable to connect up top. 61s on both sides of the scoreboard. Here's Weber down again. This time can't get that one to go. Another strong move, though, by her. Here's Tucker getting it inside. And back up top again, this time to Hamelman.
Nice step through.
Hamelman is fouled.
Yeah, Hamelman did a really nice job that time. Nice shot fake, stepping through, and she'll get a chance to go to the free throw line to shoot 2 here. She played for Coach Muir at North Knox.
Helping North Knox to a heck of a season this year, 28 wins, a school record for North Knox. And so Hamelman makes one, and she makes both.
West doing a nice job shooting their free throws today. 4 for 4 here in the second half.
Those are Hamelman's first points here of the game. 6 minutes left to go here in the fourth and final quarter. Wide open, up top is Hackman. Edwards with the offensive rebound, and it's stolen away by Tucker behind the defense, and she'll lay it in uncontested. That's now 10 points for Tucker.
Biggest lead of the game for the West is 4. They've got it right now.
Weber again.
Good job by Buchanan not to commit the foul down there.
Down low, Hamelman off the mark. Pushing it ahead here is the East. Cruz gets her pocket picked. It goes out of bounds, and they're going to say that was off of Cruz. It'll be West basketball.
Little turnover there on the East. That's their 9th turnover here of the half. Good job, good defense that time. Really nice play by Gloria Brewer.
Heads up play there by the Greencastle soon-to-be grad, who is also playing softball this year.
Coach Doug Greenlee won a regional 23-5 with Greencastle this year. Nice move inside.
That's Treader. And so the West played the majority of this game down to the East. They now lead by 6. Here's Weber again and gets it blocked out of bounds. Looks like a little too handsy there was Jalen Shelby.
Yeah, Weber's going to put up a fight here. You can see it in her. She makes a nice move down the left side of the lane. Splits 2 defenders, and she'll go to the free throw line for 2.
Weber also had 641 rebounds over her career for Corydon Central. That puts her 5th all-time in that school's history, along with the 1,800 career points that she scored, which is the most all-time.
Some impressive numbers for this young lady for sure.
And she goes 1 of 2 at the line. So here we'll see Bailey Orem check back in here for the East, as we will see Emily Mattingly.
Kurt, we'll see some competitors down the stretch here. Both these teams are going to want to win this ball game. It's fun to play in it, but you want to tell people your team won when you played in it as well.
Certainly some major bragging rights on the line here with this one.
West standing around a little bit in this particular possession.
Mattingly up top. Leaves it now for Shelby. On the elbow, blocked from behind by Fleetwood, and they're going to say it's a jump ball, and the possession arrow will keep it here with the West.
Yeah, good job by Fleetwood to be able to make this defensive play without getting called for a foul. We'll put it that way. And the jump ball, the alternating possession, keeps it in the hands of the West. They're going to run a little double screen. They've been running it all day inside.
From behind, a short shot from Shelby.
Shelby gets to go to the free throw line to shoot 2. Try to add to this 5-point lead for the West.
And so Shelby back at the line here again, and she misses that first foul shot.
Looks like in the background, Kurt, we can see the boys, west or east team, I should say. Looks like they're going to be wearing navy blue suits. Chance for the West here off the offensive rebound. Long three, no good. Get it back again.
And now
Another
again,
long three.
That one doesn't go there for Mattingly.
West had two good chances there, Kurt, to add to that lead. Unable to knock either one of those threes down.
So 3:51 left to go here with 5 points left to go. This portion of the game brought to you by Ebelhair TV in Ferdinand, which has been serving southwestern Indiana since 1954. Ebelhair TV has the finest OLED products on the market and a service department second to none. Find out more at Ebelhair TV on Main Street in Ferdinand.
Good defense that time by the East, forcing a turnover here on the West, unable to get across the 10-second line. Alternating possession on the jump ball. East has it, trying to cut into this 5-point lead.
3.5 minutes to go here in this one. Looking inside. Stahl gets her pocket picked. Here comes Shelby. Shelby bounce pass, threading the needle to Mattingly. Puts it up, can't get that one to go. And now the East has to fight for a little bit here in the last 3 minutes. Stepping back, three on the way from Tabling. She's been hot from behind the arc, but she misses at that time.
West wants to take their time here, run a little clock, try to get a good shot in this possession with 2:50 to play.
Mattingly in transition, rather in some traffic as well, and now we have a fight for the ball, a jump ball, and this time the arrow should favor the East.
Yeah, I really like how Tabling's playing in there, playing tough. You can see her tying him up for that jump ball situation there. Tabling is a competitor.
Long inbound, fought for, stolen here by Tabling, and she's fouled in transition.
Yeah, I like what she's showing here. The Trinity Lutheran senior averaged 22.7 points a game. Kurt, she's heading to Ohio University, it looks like, next year.
Going to be a future Bobcat, is she. She had 9 double-doubles during the regular season. She averaged 22 a game for Trinity Lutheran.
Tabling can make this a one-possession game here, knocking down this second free throw.
And she does. Big foul shots there made by Bailey Tabling.
East applying a little full court pressure here. Good job by the West to handle that, Kurt.
Mattingly up top again. 2.5 minutes left to go. Tabling with a Euro steps inside. That's Mattingly finishing.
I really like the fake. Fake the pass out onto the wing. Step through with the left hand, laid it in.
16 points now for Emily Mattingly. Long pass in transition.
East has missed their last 5 3-point attempts, Kurt.
Amber Treader now backing it up on the wing. Here's Lydia Betts. Back to Mattingly.
Good defense.
Loose ball, stolen away by Fleetwood. Bounce pass underneath, taken and scores there by Bailey Orr.
Really nice job by Fleetwood. Abby Fleetwood out of Indian Creek. Good defense. Nice little assist there to get him back within 3, Kurt.
This timeout brought to you by Ebelhair TV in Ferdinand. Again, serving southwestern Indiana since 1954. If you want to find out more, you can also get to Main Street in Ferdinand at Ebelhair TV. Scott and the crew congratulates Carly Bagley, Lydia Betts, and Ember Treader of Forest Park, as well as Rylan Cobb of Northeast DuBois for their selections to the HBCA Girls All-Star teams.
Get a look at the West huddle there with coaches Steve Muir and Tony Hassenauer, and they are talking about what they need to do here to hang on to this 3-point lead And on the other side, the East, they want to try to create another turnover here, give themselves a chance to get this either tied or within 1 point. As we're just, under 2 minutes to play now, 1:44. It's been an exciting, competitive contest.
Of course, that is the first timeout taken here by either team here in this ball game.
So, Kurt, if they take them all, we could be here for a while.
Just a little bit.
I think they get 5. If that scoreboard is correct, there's 5 timeouts. So there's one been taken here.
That was a look at Abby Fleetwood there during that ball stoppage, again out of Indian Creek, helping lead them to a Western Indiana Conference title this year as well as a regional title. She's going to be playing ball at Spring Arbor next year. She also runs track and field and cross country, so she's in the middle of her track and field season. So she's probably in some pretty good running shape right now as we see Trinity Britton at the line here for the West.
She looks like she's in decent shape, continuing to compete hard. Big free throw there for the West and knock that one in, make this a 2-possession game.
Britton now 2 for 2 at the line. Or out there, they're 3 for 3 and make it 4 for 4.
And they're 6 for 8, the West is here in the second half.
5-point deficit here for the East. Fleetwood outside Barker and is short on that 3.
3-point shot has left the East squad here late in the second half.
Britton trying to dribble out some clock now as you see them some extended defense here from the East.
Yeah, and the West really spraying the floor now. They've been running a lot of 5-out motion, but now they've got him way out on the corners as Orm picks up the foul, and that's going to send Trinity Britton back to the free throw line, Kurt.
So now relying on Britton is the West here over the last couple of possessions here to get some free throws and extend their lead, but she misses that one right there.
Shooting 2 here, so she'll get one more opportunity. Trying to make this a 6-point lead for the West squad.
And she goes 1 of 2 that trip. 6-point lead here for the West.
Like to see the East attack the basket here, but instead a turnover.
A big turnover and a steal there by Emily Mattingly, and she wisely is going to dribble out as much time as she can before she's fouled.
Yeah, great job by Mattingly. She's played well here in the last part of this game and gets to go to the free throw line and get rewarded for her efforts here. Indiana Wesleyan's getting a good one there, Kurt.
Indeed they are. Mattingly, though, misses the front end there. And certainly a lot can be said about Emily Mattingly here today, again out of Evansville Memorial. Leading scorer now with 16 points to her credit, along with that steal to go with it.
Just fundamental. Used her left hand, her outside hand to bat that ball away. There was no contact. Really did a nice job.
She misses both foul shots. Step back jumper that time by Trable. And corralled by Treader.
Good rebound by Treader in there.
Here's Bess with it for the West. Back to Mattingly.
There's still time for the East. If they could force a steal here. Only down by 6, but they appear to not be fouling. Kurt, maybe they're going to let it run out. There's a trap coming.
And Mattingly has to get rid of it, has Treader. And back to Mattingly again, and it's going to go out of bounds, and that'll be a turnover. It appeared, no, it's going to say there was poked out of bounds there by the East.
Yeah, I think the deflection happened there by Treader, and that'll keep the ball in the hands of by Stahl, and that'll keep it in the hands of the West.
So Rylan Cobb and Amaya Buchanan will check back in here for the final time, as well as a few other players. Gracie Kramer in as well here for the West. Heck of a game there by those two. Trinity Britton with some 2 foul shots there late in the game. And Emily Mattingly, the leading scorer here out of all of them here in this All-Star game.
They're going to let her run out here, Kurt. The West's going to get the win.
And there you have it. Final score in this one, 72-66. And West knocks off the East here in the HBCA Girls All-Stars. The blue-collar player of the game presented by Boilermakers Local 374 is Emily Mattingly. Become a Union Boilermaker and be on your way to a great career, and find out more when you log on to local374.org. Emily Mattingly, 16 points here in this one, a steal, handful of rebounds, and lots of good plays right there. Can't think of anybody else here deserving of this award here, Rob.
We talked about what a nice game she had, and especially late in the ball game. She did a really nice job on both ends of the floor. We want to congratulate her. Heading to Indiana Wesleyan is the Evansville Memorial senior. They had a great season over there, 25-2 for Lee Walker. And congratulations to Mattingly and her teammates on the win.
Well, Rob Moorhead, that'll do it for the girls' season here in Southern Indiana. Again, final score once again, 72-66. A heck of a comeback right there, though, after being down to the East most of that game.
They were down by 11 at the half, Kurt, and came back and won the second half by 17. So a really nice job by the West to come home with the victory.
Be sure to stick around here on the ISC Sports Network as we get set for boys coverage of the HBCA All-Star Classic here at North Daviess High School. Rob Moorhead, a pleasure working with you today, my friend.
Looking forward to the second contest here this afternoon. Great job, Kurt.
For all of us here at ISC Sports Network, for Sean Walker, our director, David Cohen on the graphics, as well as our cameraman Rob Lynch and Elijah Mash, I'm Kurt Darling, saying so long till next time. Final score once again, the West knocks off the East here in the HBCA Girls All-Star Classic. So long, everybody.
Thinking about what to do after high school? Consider a career with Boilermakers Local 374. As a Boilermaker apprentice, you'll earn while you learn. We offer excellent wages and benefits, and as part of our no-cost hands-on apprenticeship program, you'll learn from the best in state-of-the-art training centers and on the job. Become a Union Boilermaker and get on your way to a great career. Find out more, visit www.local374.org or call 219-845-1000.
This is the final play, your last chance.
What do we do?
Simple. Install a qualifying AC unit with Peterman Brothers, and we'll include the furnace for free.
Is the furnace really free?
Yes, but only through April.
What's the play?
Visit yourfreefurnace.com to schedule online.
Then we'll install it next day, guaranteed. Now get out there.
They inbound the ball. He barely meets the buzzer, and it's in. The furnace is free. The furnace is free.